Wait.
Who are you?
I don't know. That said
what
James.
What are you doing here?
That said
Where's
James.
James?
Yeah. Hello, Invo Insider. Welcome. I just want to go ahead and introduce myself first of all. I'm Andrew Buchanan. I'm the Director of Product here at Invo. And most of you are probably very surprised that I don't look a lot like James.
You've grown taller.
I've grown taller, a little wider.
All your hair.
I don't really know what's going on there. Yeah, and I've lost all of my hair. There's other stories besides that. So, but yeah, I was asked or voluntold to be part of this, and so I'm really excited though to be a part of this. And I want to introduce your standard host, which is Hope Solomon, of course.
Of course.
And then, yeah, I don't know what's going on here, so I'm going to throw it over to Hope to kind of walk us through the agenda and what we're going to go over
Yes,
today.
absolutely. James is traveling, so that is why he is not with us today, but we are lucky to have you, Andrew. So thanks for joining me today. Let's talk about the agenda, shall we? So, of course, we are going to have our interview, and today it is with Kim Capps from Southern Bank. It is going to be an amazing interview. I would encourage you guys to lean in and listen. It's going to be awesome. Then we will jump into a demo of our brand new Invo widget. We are so excited to show you, very passionate about it. And of course, we're going to have cahoots throughout the event.
Thing. Yeah, that's
the thing. Yes.
Man.
Andrew, how about you tell us about the cahoots?
So the cahoots, I'm really excited about this because I'm going to chance to get someone to win. Usually I lose. And the reason is because there are 3 rules that you have to have with cahoots.
3 rules.
The first is you have to be fast.
Yes.
The second is that you have to be correct, which is usually the problem for me. I'm never correct.
That's fair.
And then the third one is kind of up in the air. It's a little loose because you have to have fun.
You have to have fun.
The problem is, with losers, I don't have that much fun because I lose. But winners have, I mean, so much fun. They have so much fun, and we're really excited about going through this. We've got a little bit of a theme today, and so I wanted to go ahead and go through this. We're going to do a Halloween theme today in our Kahoot, which is awesome because Halloween is coming up.
Absolutely.
And so to be involved, we would love for you right here to be involved in the Invo Insider
in the chat.
And we'd love to hear from you. Can you tell us, maybe in the chat, what you're planning on going as on Halloween? Or maybe if you have a family Halloween costume or a group party or something like that.
I love this.
Hope, what are you going to do for Halloween?
I'm going to be my Harry Potter house. So I am a Gryffindor. For those of my Gryffindors out there, shout out to you guys.
Yeah.
Who are you? Are you a Hufflepuff?
I think I'm a Hufflepuff, actually. It really fits
I love
me well.
Hufflepuffs, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
They're great.
It's not really the thing that you shout from the mountaintops.
Hey, why not?
Though, because they're usually
Cedric
in the back.
Diggory was a Hufflepuff.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so.
That's with Vulcans and stuff like that, right? No, I'm just joking.
Oh my goodness.
But
okay.
yeah.
So now we are going to actually toss it over to our fearless leader, Jake Martin, as he is going to give us an intro to the Insider. Take it away, Jake.
Good morning, Insiders, and welcome to another episode 10 in 2023 season. So glad that you are here. Big shout out to Hope and Andrew getting us started today. A little bit of a change up for those of you that are regulars and used to seeing James and Hope. I have taken James hostage, and we are actually attending a conference together this week, and so we've asked Andrew to step up to the plate, and I know he's doing a fantastic job, so super excited about that. Just a few quick things as we get going. First, I want to say a special thank you to all of our insiders that are here who are fresh off of the 2023 Invo Summit last week, which we conducted in Springfield, Missouri. Was just shattered all expectations and records as we had over 100 attendees joining us in Springfield, Missouri to hear the latest new product releases from the team at Invo, as well as conduct peer super user group boards, which allowed this forum atmosphere to share out what your peers are doing, so that maybe there's some things that you could take back and implement within your financial institution. I think hands down it was just fantastic. Already excited about next year. But today I just want to talk a little bit about what are we here for. We're really here to talk about how can you create a 5-star customer experience 24 hours a day. And for us, it's about collecting the feedback of the tools that you're using. And this is a component of our platform that not everyone is aware of. And so we'll just spend a couple of minutes talking about that. But really what it boils down to for me is how do we equip you to truly inspect what you expect from a customer service delivery channel, and equipping you with the right things so that you can ask the questions and gather that feedback. So what are the three things we have for today? So first is an opportunity to hear from an incredible individual, Kim Capps, the COO of Southern Bank, one of our clients that is just absolutely on fire using our platform in the branch. And she's going to really dive into why it's important to consider a branch strategy first, using our tools through lobby management and video banking through our kiosk system to really enhance and augment what you're doing in your branch network, and then take that into a jumping off point, if you will, into your digital branch on web and in mobile. And you're going to love to hear what Kim Capps has to say about why that in-branch strategy is so important to lead with. Secondarily is an opportunity to learn about that secret sauce of the survey platform. So inside of our dashboard environment, which all of you that are current clients have access to, is our robust survey platform, which allows you to ask specific questions, be able to gather feedback in real time, so at the conclusion of any interaction that your customers and members might be having, you can then request feedback to get that information from the actual user of how successful things are going, and identify, are things working, are they not working, do we need to pick a different strategy, pivot. Those things are all important, and being willing to understand that strategies do sometimes need to change, but the voice of the customer should be one of your guiding lights to make that decision or that change. And so you're going to learn a lot about how that can be effective. And then we are also going to be introducing one of our most exciting announcements from the summit, which is our new web widget tool, an entirely new way to launch new interactions within your digital environment through all of our tools in video banking and chat, co-browsing, scheduling events, voice conversations. I think you're just going to be blown away about the changes that we've seen, or that you will see whenever we bring this to you a little bit later today. So I'm excited for you to get a chance to see that. I'm also glad that you're here. We're gonna have a lot of fun. As you're fully aware, there'll be a Kahoot throughout this, so you gotta be quick and you gotta be fast, as James always says, in order for you to be in the running. And also a shout out for this next year's summit event in 2024, September of 2024 to be exact. We are running an early registration special at 50% off of the registration rate until the end of October, so until October 31st. I encourage you to go check that out at invosolutions.com/summit to go and get registered. I think that's it. Have a good time while you guys are here. You insiders are the best. And with that, I'm going to send it back over to Studio A to Hope and Andrew. I almost said James and Hope, but back to Hope and Andrew.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Jake. I wanted to circle back and just kind of say, last week was our summit, yes, and to reiterate what Jake was saying, it was so much fun, so amazing, so great to connect to our clients, but also to kind of showcase some new things we're doing. And I want to remind, there is that special going on for pre-registration or registration for next year's summit, and we are going to even do bigger and better things next year. So we're really excited about it. And who knows, I might speak at that like I spoke at this last summit, so who knows.
And you did amazing.
I don't know.
Absolutely awesome. It seems as though we have one of your featured items in here.
Maybe there could be somewhere. It might be making an appearance
in
later.
this office.
But before we do that, let's jump to our very first Kahoot.
Yes.
And Hope, what is the theme for today?
The theme, I don't know if you can tell by the backdrop,
Thanksgiving
but
or something, right?
It is Halloween.
Halloween.
We are so excited for Halloween, everybody.
Absolutely.
Yes, so with that, if you would, take out your phones, go to the app or go to the browser, www.kahoot.it, and then there's the game pin. So
370-5099.
very good.
That's
and repeat.
my robocall number.
One more time.
370-5099.
Amazing.
I kind of sound like Voldemort there. Or
Voldemort.
Is it Voldemort?
Voldemort.
See, I'm not a guy.
I don't know.
I'm not a.
I think it's Voldemort with the T.
There's a T at the
I think
end?
that, yes, there's a T at the end.
Chat, tell me if I'm right. Is it Voldemort or Voldemort?
I think it's Voldemort.
Or is it just he
could
who
be
should
wrong.
not be named?
Yes, and everybody, this is how you win the Yeti.
Yes.
So you have to play to win.
My Vanna impression.
Yes. Yeah. You have to play to win the Yeti. So give us your best name. I'm already seeing great ones. I love the pumpkin emojis.
Yes.
Those are amazing.
You got to also put in the chat, who here is a pumpkin carver for Halloween? That's typically a thing that we do with our family, where I showcase my not very good pumpkin carving skills. Typically, that's what happens.
I try to do like just the smiley face, and even that I fail in.
We've now gone to where we actually paint pumpkins more.
Oh.
Because carving them, they
That's
look
too hard.
They look really sad after about a day or two. Oh, Brian Kelly. So that's a little on the nose. Sorry, James. That's for LSU fans out there. I'm a Notre Dame fan, and so Brian Kelly, that's LSU's problem now, not our problem anymore. So.
LSU. LS boo.
LS boo.
All right, here we go.
Yep.
Let's get this party started.
Let's go.
First 3 questions out of the 3 different sections. So here we go. Remember, you want to keep those browsers and apps open. But question number 1 of the first section is, what candy is the most popular at Halloween? Is it M&M's, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, Dots, or Tootsie Rolls?
If any of you answer Tootsie Rolls, you are no longer allowed to be here. Like Tootsie Rolls, oh man.
Tootsie Rolls.
Just the worst.
Oh my goodness, I would agree with you.
Ugh.
This is like monumental. We're agreeing.
I know.
And Dots. Dots are no good either.
No. Oh my, who? 7 people? Oh my
wow.
goodness.
It is Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Yes, which are good.
They're very, very,
Very,
very
very
good. Very good. Old Webby.
Old Webby.
All right.
I don't know.
I
There's
don't
a
know
joke
what
in
that
there somewhere. Probably.
Are pumpkins technically a fruit or a vegetable?
They're a pie. That's what they should be.
A pie?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just,
They're
I don't
a
know
pie.
why. I was thinking, I don't know.
That's the only thing.
That's
that
the only
pumpkins-
right answer. Okay.
Painting them, cutting them up, and pie.
It's a pie.
Ooh, split here.
Split.
It's 11,
Now,
16.
Tell us why, Andrew. That way
It's
people
because
don't come
there
after
are
me.
seeds. Seeds are the key thing that
Key
separate vegetables
feature.
and fruit. Just
Yes,
FYI.
it is the key feature, everybody. And Raider Hog, you are in first place.
I'm not going to make any
Congratulations.
comments because Raider
Don't
Hog
make
and
the
I are
comments,
good.
You know, what percentage of Americans pretend they're not home on Halloween? Is it 1 in 2 adults, 1 in 10 adults? Who adults on Halloween?
That's me.
And 1 in 5 adults.
This is a tough one.
Who is it? What is it?
I think there should be a context here. Is it what time of night? Is it pre 9 p.m.?
Are you in bed by
Or
9 p.m.?
I'm an old fogey,
Oh,
so I
man.
really like.
That's-
Oh wow, 16 people.
Good
nailed
job,
it.
everybody.
Good job.
Good job, everybody.
Let's
It
see
is
who's
1
on
in
top.
5 adults.
Ooh, way to go, Maddie. Way to go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so everybody, remember, hold your spots. Keep the browsers open. Keep your apps open. We will come back to this 2 other times throughout our time together. So make sure that you keep those browsers open.
Absolutely. And okay, now is the time in our Invo Insider to really dive down into what our current clients are doing. And so today we have a really special opportunity to listen to Jake interview and talk with Kim Capps from Southern Bank. Southern Bank is doing things with our platform that even surprise us on how well it's going and the strategies that they're doing. And we're learning so much and able to share that with the rest of our customer base, which is awesome. And so today's interview is going to answer some of those questions, and it's just a great opportunity for you to hear from Kim and Jake. So let's go ahead and shoot over there.
Well, good morning and welcome to this episode of The Insider. I am so excited to have Kim Capps, Chief Operations Officer of Southern Bank, with us today. You guys are in for a treat. A little bit about Southern Bank before we get started. Southern Bank currently is headquartered just down the road from Invo Solutions headquarters, which is awesome, in Poplar Bluff, Missouri. Nice to actually share the same state today with a guest, which is a rarity for us. They currently operate over 60 offices across Missouri, Kansas, Arkansas, and Illinois, and continue to grow. Have just surpassed a little over 700 employees within their organization. And they are also, one of the things I like the most is very early adopters of video banking strategies across both retail and other areas of the bank, which we'll get into during our time together. But a little bit about Kim. So Kim has been serving the Southern Bank organization for almost 30 years. And during that time, she has had an opportunity to oversee operations, marketing, training, as well as overseeing countless technology deployments during her illustrious career. Kim continues to also be heavily involved in the communities that they operate and takes great pride in that service, and I think that's fantastic. The best part is she's going to be able to tell us a lot more than what I was able to share in just a brief opening. So with that being said, I would like to welcome Kim to the podcast today. Hi, Kim. How are you?
Hi, Jake. We're doing good. I don't know. I need to pay you or send you muffins or something for that opening. I appreciate that very much. It's very flattering. Like I said, I'll send you some muffins later.
I will work for food. Yep. And I'm very blessed to have two daughters that love to spend time in the kitchen. And let's just say I have to make sure that I'm still exercising regularly because of that fact too. So, but I'll take all the muffins you want to send to Springfield. I'll take it. Kim, why don't we just get things started by giving you a chance to expand a little bit on your illustrious career. And what I mean by that is I would love for you to share as much as you would like. And we've had some guests that have literally went back to, I grew up in this small town and attended this school and found my way through to this career path. I want you to share your story in whatever way that you're comfortable so that our guest today can learn a little bit more about who Kim Capps is.
Well, I guess I could start back in 1887. No, I'm just teasing. That's when the bank was founded as a savings and loan. I'm going to start back.
I was going to say, you look fantastic. I had no idea how fantastic you looked. 1887. Wow.
If you can't have a little laughter in life, we're not there. But,
Amen.
I started a banking career back in 1986 when I was in college, and I was very well served by the bank that I used. It was actually an S&L, and they found it very good to send me to all different departments. So I know a little bit about all departments. And then coming to work in 1994 to Southern Bank and going from just the controller to the CFO / COO position, then into the COO position, we saw the bank grow from $150 million to to $4.4 billion. We're really proud of our efficiency ratio, and I think a lot of things that I'm involved in, not the only person doing them, but what I'm involved in helps keep that efficiency ratio down, and that's what I'm proud of the most, and to be innovative.
Yeah, well, you've definitely been innovative as long as I have known you, which I was trying to think about this the other day. I think the first time I met you was about 15 years ago, which, as my kids will tell me, is almost in the 1900s, which I don't know how to feel about that, but I think it's rude. Ryan says that too, our creative manager, is honoring these youngsters around here. I think about, though, your career path, and you got into the game early. What, if you can think back to that time in college when you decided to take that direction into the financial industry, what was it that drew you to that? Or can you remember, what was it, the spark that really was like, hey, you know what? I think going into banking and the financial industry is what I want to do with my career.
Well, I really wanted to be in accounting. So I went to school for college to have an accounting degree, got an accounting degree while I was working in the banking industry. And then I was hired by a local CPA firm here in Poplar Bluff to do financial auditing. So that took me a career from knowing what a deposit was, or a credit in the banking world, and a debit, which is completely opposite of what it is in the accounting field. But it gave me that expertise by the experience I had during college. So then the CPA firm hired me to do financial auditing, and I got my career there. And then once I got into that career, I actually, a little human story to me, I met my husband, and he was at another accounting firm, so I needed to make a change, so you can't be in two accounting firms. You wouldn't be able to talk all day long because you'd be afraid to divulge secrets. So then I moved to Southern Bank at that point in time, and again, it was $150 million, and we've grown to where we are today. So that's kind of how I ended up in the banking industry. Why do I stay in the banking industry, you might ask? Well, it's serving the people. It's become the partnership. It's the leaders in the community. It's who gives back to the community. Banking is not just banking. Banking is the heart of the community. I really believe that a bank keeps a community alive.
Oh, I think that's so good. Yeah, and I couldn't agree more, especially when I think about how much this industry has changed over the last few decades. And really, that's been the heart of your career during the time of the industry evolution. But the community bank has always been that heartbeat of that community. And I think that when you see organizations grow and continue to take on more and more, it's really easy to lose sight of that. If you're using that compass, to point towards the customer, to lose sight of where north is. And I think Southern Bank has done a really good job of keeping that focus. Well, so why don't we just stay right there for a second? Tell those of our guests here, the insiders that may not know about Southern Bank, a little bit about the history of Southern Bank. What makes the Southern Bank specifically maybe unique within the industry, or just unique as an organization in the markets that you guys serve?
Since we've been around a long time, our executive leadership team has been around. Most of us been in banking a long time, and I think that is what makes us a little unique. The executive team's been around. The other thing is that we're not saying that today is the way we're going to do banking tomorrow, or we're not sitting there saying, well, we did this 5 years ago and we did it this way and this is what we got to do. The whole team doesn't think that way. We're looking to see, how do we bank today? It's the right way today, but in 3 months, 6 months, 2 years, it's going to be the wrong way. And I think as long as we keep that in sight, that's what makes us unique. There's so many people I talk to when I go out to different seminars or different speaking places, and they say, oh, well, we've been doing it this way for 10 years. And I'm like, well, what are you going to do the next 10 years? And they said, well, we're going to continue doing what we're doing. And I said, it's quietly to myself, I'm like, well, you won't be here. Yeah. Because how you do it today is not, you're not going to be here. You can't do it that way. So I think that's what makes us unique. Another thing that makes us unique is we're not afraid to expand. We've done numerous acquisitions over the last, since 2010. And those acquisitions has made us look into different avenues, different products, different services for our customer. And we're not afraid of that challenge. We want to grow, and our whole team wants to grow. It's not just one person says we're going to grow. We're all in, and that's what makes us unique.
You think about these markets you've grown into. I mean, talking about growth, you've entered a lot of new markets over that time period, and so I'm always curious, like, when you think about Southern Bank operating, and every market is highly competitive, right? So what do you think it is that helps Southern Bank to differentiate themselves and you to differentiate yourself in these new markets you're going into, as well as continue to be relevant and competitive in the markets that you guys have been serving in the past?
Well, you can't get away from, we call our employees team members. So when I say team members, that's what I'm referring to, just for clarity purposes. I think a success is the vision that we give our team members. We buy a acquisition, or we have an acquisition or a merger, whichever one you want to call it. And the team members have to understand that we're here. We're not here to close you down. We're here. We bought you or merged with you because we want to be here. And we, in any acquisition, there might be a hiccup or two, but stay along with us and we'll get you there. And we're a bank to stay. But prior to COVID, we had a long history of people being here, and still do. The people that's been around, again, me being here almost 30 years, my team that I have, all 10, 15 years, most of them have been around with me or longer. Maybe one or two not so long, but most of them a lot longer than that. And I think that says a lot about our bank. And when other people that we have merged with see that we have history and that we're willing to change, because anytime we expand into, we had an acquisition in the St. Louis market and in the Kansas City market in the last 24 months, if we saw something that they were doing, we didn't say, oh no, we're not going to do it that way. We embrace that idea. And I think that's where we get from. That's what makes us better. And when a customer comes in and they feel the smoothness or no anxiety from a team member, I think that's what sets us apart. And then we want the partnership relationship. We want to embrace the customer and serve them the best we can, and the products that they need and we're out there looking for products every day to help that customer along. We may not have it today, but that doesn't say we
Sure.
won't go out and look. So I think that's what makes us a little different when we enter a market, and our ideas aren't stale, and we're willing to look into new ideas.
I love that. I think that's a great line. And you think about just strategy in general, your willingness or even admission that, hey, we're not going to be stale. Because in this, man, this time I've never seen technology and the delivery of products and services change as rapidly as they are right now. And I had this conversation with a banker just last week about how, basically the industry as a whole, banking, has not significantly changed. Like we're still doing most of the same things, but how we're doing them is significantly changing at such a rapid pace. And I mean, if we're leaving regulation and everything else out of the conversation, obviously, but you think about, we're still opening accounts, we're still loaning money. The way that we're doing those things, though, is considerably different today than it was before. And I think that's a challenge, when an organization grows like Southern Bank has. I like what you said there about going in through an acquisition or a merger, and then also finding out what's working there. Like, is what they're doing maybe better? Being willing to be observant of that and roll that in, but not lose sight of the culture and the strategies that have made you guys successful. I think those are important. Kind of building off of that, there's a conversation that we have internally, and it's really born out of this idea that, touch points for customers continue to evolve, and customer service continues to be a thread that runs through all of those. What is your take or opinion on the way that customer service is affected when you bring in new channels, such as new branches that might be opening, new branch designs, services that might be in branch, bridging that to your website and the mobile channel, taking that out to the ITM, and we can get into that conversation. I know Southern Bank was a pioneer of rolling out the interactive teller machine in the Midwest. What's your opinion, and why do you think that you guys have been so successful in not losing sight of that very important variable of customer service across all physical and digital channels, Kim?
I think our digital transformation is ongoing. It's never going to stop. It it just isn't. But I think when you service a customer, and what we do well is we have a mixture, and we know a mixture has to be there. Age demographics takes a big part in that mixture. If you're in the city, you may not see customers near as much, but then when customer needs to come to the branch, we're there. But you can't have a branch that just sits there waiting on that customer to come in because they've opened the account online and they're using all your chat bots and all this kind of stuff. So I think that's what we do well. We have a mixture. We're there, but then using technology allows us to keep a branch open, that we don't have to have 5 or 6 people at the branch to service everything. And I think that when we realize that, and when our team members realize that we have to have a little bit of both, that's what makes our technology and the mixture work. Because it's not like we're saying, okay, we're going to put this technology in because we want to cut staff, become more efficient. No, we may put the technology in to service the customer a lot better, and it gives our staff, our team members, a chance to become more knowledgeable in different areas. And what I mean by that is a teller in 1980 was a teller, even in the 90s, the early 2000s, they were just a teller, and a new account person was just a new account person. Well, now with technology, you can make that a personal banker, or we call them personal bankers, and you can make that personal banker, which they're going to know both, or they might know a little bit about lending, or they might know a little bit about this or that, and that knowledge is good, which requires them to make a little more money than just a normal teller. So it's a good thing for them, and I think that's what we're doing. We're trying to teach people that technology is not a way to take away a human. A technology is only better to serve our customers and better to make them more valuable. Even in the back office, we use some digital. We don't want to say, hey, we don't want you to have a job, but when you look at manual entry, manual entry has a certain dollar amount, right? A certain pay scale. And then analytics has a different pay scale. So the person that was doing nothing but manual entry and a little bit of analytics hey, let's get rid of the manual stuff and make you all analytic. That means your job is more valuable. It's, we can increase this pay scale. And I think that's what we're trying to do. And that's how to be successful. It's all how do you implement and make it work. And I don't know if that really answered that question. I kind of went out on a limb there. So
no, you did exactly what I was hoping, is just get a little bit more of where your heart's at on that. I think about the way that you have been successful, and you articulated very well about when you bring in new technology, it really does affect those two areas, right? Which is the customer side of things and then the employee side of things, right? So there's two experiences there that you're trying to navigate and find success in simultaneously, which is very difficult. And I think that for me, it's how you guys have been so successful of being able to convey to the customer that you're deploying this technology, whether it is that interactive teller machine outside the branch instead of a pneumatic tube, or maybe off-site instead of just a drive-up ATM, that it's not to remove the human element or to push a wedge between you and the customer, but it's actually to bring them closer and to find better efficiency and to put your people in front of them. Let's just sit there for a second. How has the customer base of Southern Bank responded as you've taken and deployed new technologies, changed delivery channels that maybe have been, one way traditionally for a long time, and now you're moving them into a new digital strategy? Tell me a little bit about, I guess, what you're willing to share. What was the response to some of those, as much as you want to get into, and then also how did you go before deployment to make sure that the customers were ready or educated and willing to adopt those things?
Yeah. Well, I'll give an example of ITM machines, integrated teller machines. We put them in 2016 only in the drive-through. Yeah. We taught our customers that, hey, use this machine and see what it's like. Don't be afraid of it. We are not self-serve yet, so we're just actually using the video teller through the ITM. So we had people stand outside and say, hey, come use this, try this. Here's a candy bar for using it. We would have customers that said, this is easy, we'll use it again. And then we would have customers that says, I hate it, I'm not going to use it again. But that customer that said, thanks for the candy bar, I'm not going to use it again, also was a customer that realized that I don't have to wait till 8 o'clock when the bank opens. If I'm leaving town at 7, I can run by the bank at 7:05 and get my deposit in and make a cash withdrawal or do whatever I needed to do through the ITM machine and leave town. So it changes. It just changes on what the behavior that they need. And when the customer is out there, and I'll give you another example of an ITM. We have ITM people that are ITM customers that say, oh, we're not going to use it again. But then when they have ice or snow and we don't want to risk the lives of our team members to come in at 8 o'clock, they can go by that ITM, because our ITM people, you may laugh at this, but our team people stay here overnight. If Papa Bluff is going to get snow, they stay here at the branch or headquarters. And so we're ready, because we may get ice in people in Cabot, Arkansas, or in Springfield. You may not have anything, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But we want to service you. And that same way, if Springfield is covered in ice, we want to be able to service a customer that may have to get out. Let's say you have a highway department person that needs it and they need cash. Well, we want to be able to service them, and they don't have a debit card or can't find it. Well, we can do that. And we don't have to, the life of our team members is important. They don't have to be there right at 8 o'clock. So those are both positives for the customer and positives for our personnel too, or our team members, because they realize that we can better service our customer. So those are.
And I love that because
I'm sorry.
Sorry, go ahead, Kim.
No,
I was so excited to say good job. I cut you off.
You're fine. Those are just some good things about video banking through the ITM and the success we've had. I can't sit here and tell you that every person that went through it at first liked it. No. They got the candy bar and took it, but eventually they realize the importance of it and the quickness of it. If they go through another branch, it takes them a long time. It takes time for that personal banker to count out the cash 2 or 3 times before they put it in the envelope. Well, it doesn't take that machine 2 or 3 times. It just spits it out.
Yeah.
So to be successful, I think you have to show the customer and be passionate with them and know
I
that
like
this
that.
is the technology today and it's going to be here. It's not going to go away.
No, it's true. Yeah, and I can attest to that statement that you made. I still recall many years ago, and it would have been that initial deployment. And did you say 2016?
Yes.
That's when it was. Okay. So I still remember when you went live for the first location in the Springfield, Missouri market. And I actually had an opportunity to go by that branch because you were the first organization in the Springfield area to deploy it. And if I recall correctly, it was early in the morning, and even one of the local news channels came out
Yes.
and did so I remember that. But it was amazing. I was actually in the lobby with the branch manager just talking about the strategy, and there was someone who came inside that was that person who probably always came inside, and you guys had done such a good job at training the retail staff that the teller actually asked the customer, hey, did you hear we've now activated our interactive teller machines, have you used it yet? And of course the individual hadn't, and so they said, hey, would you be willing to give it a try? And they said yes, and that teller came out from behind the teller line with that customer, went out the side door of the branch, and walked outside to the drive up, and they stood outside and used that ITM together. And I remember just thinking to myself how well as an organization you guys had trained the staff before you even turned it on, because people were ready to communicate it proactively, ask, hey, have you used it yet? And obviously that day the answer was going to be no for 100% of the customers, right? And did every customer go outside? No, but for everyone that did, it was a win for sure. And I remember going back a few weeks later and then inquiring, hey, how are things going now? And the statistics of 8 or 9 out of 10 people that were onboarded that way with a hands-on experience came back and used it again and just drove up to it next time. Didn't even come inside. So behaviors were shifting. Adoption was rapidly accelerated, I think, because of the strategies that you at Southern Make had put together to deploy something new. And so this is, I guess, an opportunity to say good job many years later, but it was definitely successful. It was.
I think,
and it continues to be.
yeah, technology just allows us to service our customer a little longer during the day too. So we saw big shifts in customers coming in that would make a mad dash at 5 o'clock because, the bank's going to close at 5:30, or if they closed at 5, a mad dash in before 5 o'clock. And now they don't have to do that. They know they got till 7. So if they want to go pick their kids up or go to the grocery store and then come to the bank, they can do all that, because we're open extended hours.
That's a great point. And that's something that probably a lot of our guests aren't aware of. And that is the fact that you have changed your operational capacities with this. So, but you didn't do that out of the gate, correct?
No, we kept all of the hours of the branches the same. We
Okay.
launched our ITM 7 to 7 Monday through Friday and 7 to 3 on Saturday. And we are actually open on all holidays except for Christmas and Thanksgiving. So New Year's Day, you can come through and do a transaction. Labor Day and Memorial Day, we service our customers. And believe it or not, there's a lot of them that come through there that are having problems that we're able to, we don't have to say, well, wait till we're open again. They want access to their money, they can have access to their money. So we've done that. But over time, people get used to going to the ITM. So people that come through the drive-through on a Saturday, the number's not there. So we have been able to close some of our branches on Saturday because they have the opportunity to go through the ITM. And our resource center, which I would say, AKA our call center, is open the same time. So if they want to talk to somebody, they can talk to somebody too. So it's not like we're leaving them out in the left field with no opportunities to do their banking because they can call us or they use ITM. So that done.
Yeah.
And we had some branches that were open till 6 or 6:30. Well, they don't have to be open till 6 or 6:30, which the team members love.
Sure.
They go home at 5 o'clock instead of trying to wrestle kids around to who's going to pick them up from the daycare at 5 when they got to stay till 6 or 6:30. So it was a win for our team members as well as a win for our customers.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed. Well, let's kind of pivot over to how this relationship started. And the one thing I love about having a format like this is we have just as many people that are listening to this that are not currently doing business with Invo, and they're here to learn about what you've done and how you've done it and your organizational strategies, and you've unpacked all of that for us. So let's get into a little bit about how this relationship started and why it actually started. And so I would just like to put it out on the table. I mean, what was the genesis of the idea to bring the products and services of Invo Solutions to Southern Bank that you're using, and why did you decide to do business with us?
Well, I'll give you the problem, or it really wasn't a problem. It was just a realization is we have internal controls on opening a new account. And when you have as many branches as we have, you can't get everybody to open the account the same way. So we have some controls missing in a branch, or we didn't get all the information. And the laundry list of information that we might have been missing for some of those, we looked at Invo to open new accounts, because we have, maybe 12 people that know opening a new account inside and out and can service a customer a lot faster and a lot more effectively. We had customers coming in and calling Greg that might have been, his friend, and said, "My goodness, it took 45 minutes to open an account." And now they're saying, "Oh, we can get it open in 15." Because the people that are opening accounts are so much more knowledgeable and quicker at what they're doing than a person that might open, 4 accounts a week, and all 4 of those accounts might be different, so they know better. So that was one reason, being efficiency of customer time, or being more effective with it, and the other is to reduce the number of items that we had to go out and review. And then ancillary on that, one of the other reasons why we went with Invo was because we had a acquisition coming up, knowing it had 14 branches. When the acquisition was announced, our staff, or our team members, started to sweat a little bit, because we run really lean in the branch environment. Who were we going to send to help train these 14 branches?
Oh yeah.
So we, out of the gate in these 14 branches, put our Invo, our video banking solution. So when a customer came in to one of these 14 branches and wanted to open a new account because they heard of a great account that we have, we didn't have to worry about who was opening that account. We had very seasoned people to open the account. And, they knew what a joint tenant was, or a business, or whatever, and we could get that account open fairly quickly. So that was the second main reason why we knew we needed to put this in, and we moved pretty quickly on this, and Invo was able to adapt to that. So those are 2 or 3 reasons there why we chose to do video banking. Why did we choose Invo? Well, that question is a long relationship with Jake that I have had, and knew that he was a stand-up guy and could be trusted to put this in our house or in the bank. And not only that, Invo's commitment to being able to make changes. We have a totally different IT structure, IT risk tolerance, and Invo had to make a few changes. And Invo, they made the changes in order to, get past our IT risk that we might have. So that's a stand-up to Invo, and that's the reason why we went. We knew Invo would do that for us.
Kim, you've been so gracious with your time. I have thoroughly enjoyed the opportunity to sit down with you today. I can already tell you we're going to be getting so much good feedback and additional questions. And so I would encourage anyone that is interested more about what's going on at Southern Bank to go check them out online, check out their digital footprint on web. Go follow Southern Bank on LinkedIn. You could also connect with Kim on LinkedIn as well. A lot of good information going on in that area. But for more information, Kim, I'm going to channel everyone directly to you, and so they can reach out to you with questions. I know that you've offered your opportunity to be available, so thank you for that. Kim, I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here today.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah. You have a great day as well. We'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Welcome back. Thank you so
Welcome
much.
back.
That was an awesome interview. I don't know what you think of it.
Amazing.
I mean,
So good.
Kim's awesome.
Kim's amazing.
Jake's okay, but Kim is
Jake's pretty
absolutely
great.
amazing. So now let's jump to
Kahoot!
Kahoot.
Woohoo! Here
Get
we
that
go.
browser out. Get that
Yes.
app out. Let's jump right into this and try to figure out if you were listening to that
Yes,
interview.
we
That
want to
interview was
see and make
fantastic.
sure that you were listening. So please pull out the browser, the app, whatever it may be, and let's see if they were listening.
Let's see if Maddie stays on top spot here.
Let's see it. All right, here we go. Question number 1 of this section. When was Southern Bank founded? Was it founded in 1993, 1990, 1820, and 1887?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Which one is it?
Who was listening? That's the real question.
Who was listening? Sing the next. Go ahead.
Who was listening? No, I don't want to do it. No, that's a James thing.
I
That's
thought
not
it
a me
was
thing.
great.
No.
You did amazing. It was 1887.
Great job.
Great job for those of you who got it correct.
Terrible
Let's
job
see.
for those who didn't.
No.
All right.
All right, good job, Maddie. Keeping first place. Here we go. Southern Bank operates over 60 branches in Missouri, Illinois, Arkansas, and Kansas. Is that
Strong
true
in the Midwest.
or
Oh,
false?
I see what she did here.
Uh-oh.
Red equals false and blue equals true.
If I gotcha, I'm sorry.
She's not sorry.
I'm not sorry.
No.
No.
Let's
Let's
see.
see.
Who's got it? Who's got it?
True, false. What's it gonna be? It is true.
Nice.
They're
Got 7 of 'em.
amazing. They're amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got them all over the place.
All over the place. Oh my goodness.
Maddie, man, pull it away.
Matt coming up in second place. All right, here we go. Kim Cap said, banking is not just banking. Banking is the heart of the bank, city, community, or dragon?
Dragon should definitely be the answer, but I'm not sure it actually is
I
the answer.
don't know if that's the answer.
I'm waiting for any financial institution to say something like, banking is the heart
Banking
of the
is
dragon.
the heart of the dragon.
I would love that. Sign me up.
It'd be like some Game of Thrones thing
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
something.
Community.
Yes, community. I love that. That's so good. So good, Kim. Okay, let's go ahead. Maddie, keeping first
almost 1,000.
place. Great
Radar
job.
Hog is streaking up there, though, so watch out
Great
for
job.
him. Watch out for them. Okay, so next we want to jump into what? What's the thing that we
What are
really
we
want to
doing?
show?
Our new widget.
Oh, yes, we're so excited about this. If you were at the Invo Summit, you actually got to see a little preview of this, but if you
Yes.
chose not to join us at the summit, I'm
There's
sorry.
always next
But
year.
there's next year and whatever. But we really want to show you one of the key things that we really spoke to this last summit, and that is our newly redesigned widget. I do want to touch on a few points, and then I'm going to kick it over to Hope to kind of walk us through the actual widget. But still in active development here a little bit. We're hoping to launch this ready for users in later of Q4 here, or late Q4 of 2023. We're still working a few things out, but one of the things that we're really excited about is we received some feedback from you around how our current widget works with multiple pages within your site. So right now, we are able to put our current widget on, let's say, your home page or your video banking page or a certain page like that. But the problem was it's stationary to that page. One of the huge technical applications we did when we were looking at the research and development of the new widget is being able to put this as a open source session state throughout the entire platform of your website. So it doesn't matter if you start on the home page and then go to another page and you start a chat on the home page, it will actually keep that session state throughout the entire website. And that's huge because your clients and customers won't be missing information or having to restart a conversation over. And so that's what we're going to show a little bit today of what that new redesign is. But I wanted to touch on that because that's one of the big technical advancements that we're doing with our new widget.
Absolutely. So we are so excited to show you. So let's go ahead. So right now we are on Invo Financial. And bottom right-hand corner, this is the new widget, you guys. So it will follow you wherever you scroll as a customer on your website. So once I click on it, it is going to give me this option right here. So beautiful.
Oh, so pretty.
So beautiful. So these are the different options that can be there for your customers. And kind of what Andrew was saying, and to go along with that, is the goal of the widget and the new design was really to be able to create that seamless experience for your customers and members. If they want to start in the chat bot and then move into a video conversation and then back to the bot, we're able to do that. And it's creating that seamless interaction and connecting with them truly how they want to be connected with. They get to choose.
Absolutely.
And so here's the chat. So we're going to start there. A little bit different than what you're used to, but we're grabbing their first name, last name. So we're just going to show you a little bit of this and then why they're there. So we want to direct this to the correct person at the bank or credit union. So I'm going to go with business accounts, and then I can also enter in my email address and agreeing to the terms. And then I'm going to start chatting with the bot. So it's giving you those most commonly asked questions from the financial institution. Those are fully customizable.
Absolutely.
And so right now, I'm going to go ahead and click on I'd like to apply for the loan. The customer knows who they're talking with. So they know that they're talking to the bot. But maybe they want to transition into talking with an employee. So that's kind of what the bot is doing and where they're going. So I can transition to a chat, to a video banking conversation, or maybe it is 12:51 a.m. and hopefully you don't have any available agents at that time, but then I could schedule that for later, whether that's in person, remote, or through a video banking kiosk in one of your locations. So I can have this conversation back and forth with the bot or escalate that to an employee. So that's one way. I'm going to go ahead and end that chat conversation from there and then go ahead and say done. I'm not going to go to the survey for time's sake. I can launch a video banking call. We actually, instead of going to a separate link now, we go and stay in your website.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so we do not launch off into a separate link. We stay here, and it's great because your customers can see your website as they're having that video banking interaction with you. You can also do a voice-only conversation. So maybe the customer doesn't want to get on video, but they want to hear the employee's voice and walk through a few things. Absolutely can do that as well. That is now an option through the Invo widget. Scheduling a meeting for later, you're just grabbing, again, that customer's information. So why they would like to schedule the meeting, where they would like to schedule the meeting. So whether that's video banking, in person, through video banking in the branch, a phone call, and then the preferred language. We mirror your employees' availability based on the queue, so the products and services that you're operationally able to support. And so once they've selected those different options, it is only going to show the customer the availability of those subject matter experts. And then the last thing that I want to point out is our co-browsing. So co-browsing is the ability for you as the financial institution to now see your customer's screen. So if I, as a customer, wanted to co-browse with an agent, I could select this, and then the agent on the back end would then be able to see my screen, circle on my screen, draw on my screen, basically tell me where I need to go. This is really great for helping that customer who struggles with setting up online banking or maybe just getting around your website. This is a great tool, and you can definitely escalate into any one of these interactions after co-browsing, during co-browsing, or even after. Maybe I already said that.
Yeah.
But that's a little bit about the widget. I know that's really high level. I would love to show you more about the widget. If you'd like to see it, we can schedule a one-off demo, or you can always chat with James, Andrew, if you're interested in seeing more. But we are truly excited for this. We believe it's the future, and just excited to see you guys launch it out and put it in real time.
Absolutely. We're so excited. We've been working on this for the last 6 or 7 months.
Yeah.
And we've gotten so much great feedback from our current client base on how this should work. And we think we're real close. We're right there, and it's going to answer a lot of questions you have, and also provide a lot of solutions that you have, and make it so much seamless. We're trying to make our interactions so much more seamless with your customers and members. So it's great.
Yeah. All right. Let's see who listens.
Yeah, who listens to Hope and me?
This is our last Kahoot, so bring up that browser, that app. We're good to go. Let's get this party started.
I'm rooting for Maddie. Come on now.
All right, here we go. All about the demo. Question number 1. A customer can now co-browse their screen with an employee from a financial institution through the new widget. Is that true, or is that false?
She did it again.
Oh my goodness, I know.
She did it
I'm trying to trip people up.
I keep waiting for a true or false with like 4 answers. That's what I keep answering.
What would it be?
I don't know.
False, true, maybe.
Yeah, true, false,
not
false.
applicable.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that next time.
Let's see if she tripped up the top 3, Maddie.
All right, let's see.
No, tripped up no one.
I didn't get anybody.
Sheesh.
Oh my goodness.
Raider Hog's not as fast as Matt, though.
Good job. All right, here we go. Next question. The new widget can now persist across blank web pages of your website. Is that some, all, none, or a few? What's it going to be, Andrew?
I don't know.
What's it going to be?
Why is one and all in caps?
Well,
That's
I
weird.
don't know. I felt bad about the last one, so I just kind of,
hint.
Hint. Oh. Yes, good job. All. That is correct. All right, here we go. This is the last question.
Here we go. Oh, weeby. Already?
Here we go. True or false? The new Invo widget now offers the option for a voice-only interaction. Is that
she
true
switched it back.
or is that false? Yes, I did switch it back.
She switched it back.
Gotta keep people on their toes, Andrew.
Toesy woesies.
Something like that.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Who wants it? Who gets it?
I have lots of truths and falses.
I'm really excited about this. This is the first time I've launched this confetti.
No,
so
be
I don't
careful.
Know.
Don't do it yet.
I don't know. Who's going to win?
We got to announce. Don't do it now.
Who is it?
All right, here we go. In third place, you guys,
we have who?
Matt.
Congratulations for third.
Second place, we have
Webby.
And in first place, we have, don't do it yet, Andrew. Not yet.
Maddie! Hey, that's really good. I don't know how to use this.
Andrew has been so excited.
Is this how he uses it? I don't know how to do it.
Andrew has been so excited to do this all year.
Yeah.
So, ready?
Let's see.
Let's
is it
do
like
it.
this?
No.
It's like this. Oh, let's go! Ah! Oh, that was awesome. I'm so excited. I know.
Nice
I
job.
understand why Matt or why James wants to do this all the time.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Confetti.
That was so fun.
Maddie, congratulations.
Congratulations, Maddie. Make sure and reach
Yes.
out to Hope, or send her an email,
Yes.
and her contact information will be at the end of this in the show notes.
Yes, it will.
But reach out to Hope so we can get you all set up with receiving a Yeti, and you can pick your color out and things like that. We're so excited, so congratulations, and thanks for listening to us.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so I think that's about it. So let's wrap up a little bit. We're going to have some show notes pop up here, just going through some things. So thank you so much again for Kim interviewing with Jake this last Insider. And if you want to reach out or look at what Southern Bank is doing, there's their website. Always, you can reach out to our website and see any of the products that we have. And please, smash that subscribe button. I know that's somebody that says all on YouTube. And also, if you ever want to have any one-on-one demos or see one of our products in action, please reach out to any of us, and especially Hope, so she can set that up and we can do that. Last two things. The first one is, if you're new, if this is your first time seeing the Invo Insider, please go down to the chat right here and look at the survey for new members. You can actually win one of these glorious Yeti cups for filling out one of the surveys, and you can actually give us some feedback about how we're doing. Also give us your information so that we can reach out to you and set some things up if you'd like. And the next survey down here again is going to be for reoccurring. The people that have been here for the long haul listening to us, please provide any kind of information and feedback on that survey to us. Tell us how we're doing. Tell how much you want Jake back, or how much you want James back as well. Tell them how much I'm not good at this, or
amazing.
that you want me to come back or not. I don't know. We can have a war with me and James or something like that. That'd be great. But yeah, is that about it? I think
That was
that's
about it. You did fantastic.
Sweet, I
Good
nailed
job,
it.
Andrew. The last thing is, of course, we want to see you next month.
Yes.
November 1st. I believe we have a little teaser for that.
Yeah, let's. Oh, hi. Sorry. That was my costume for Halloween, so I'm the Taco Man. All right, I think that's it. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. For all of us here at Invo, hope you have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next Invo Insider.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.